we're back. I think I fixed the audio. Let's check it. That's the old one. Oh, cool. It's good now. All right. The mic was just plugged in the wrong way. Go figure. You plug it in the right way and it works right. So, yeah, we are going to be doing all those things I said and I already forgot. And apparently we're going to be working on giving Lily some talent. Or not really a talent, like a useless talent that she can use to, like, blow time.
I can sing, but I didn't want to do it right then.
You didn't want to sing? Well, what's the point of singing if you can't sing on command? That's the whole point of being able to sing. Right? Am I making you uncomfortable? Okay, we're going to get off of that. All right. So first off, let's get through some of those. So we are going to be having later this month, if you guys remember, some of you will remember, the junior high breakfast. I'm not sure if we're going to have it at our house. We may need to do it at the church so we can do the whole space thing. So it probably won't be at our house this year. Like 6 feet apart.
Stars and planets.
No. We're not having breakfast in space. I'm not buddies with Elon Musk or Sir Richard Branson. We can't do that. So it's probably going to be on the church or something just so we can spread it out. So details coming soon, but just want to let you guys know that's going to be at the end of the month, the junior high breakfast. We had a lot of fun with that. You remember that last year? It was like one of the first things we did when we were here.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So tell them they should go to it.
You should go to it unless you're high school.
Well, there you go. That's right. It's for junior hires. So that was a lot of fun. And okay, so we did have a couple questions on Facebook. One of them, I'm pulling them up right now. Maddie asked a question about the next series. What? I don't know. I don't have it. I thought I took a screenshot of it. Apparently, I didn't. I listened to that Apparently song today. You know what I'm talking about? Apparently.
I've only ever heard you sing that. I didn't know it was a real song.
It's a real song. Kind of. It's a kid who was interviewed. There was a kid who was interviewed and said apparently a lot. And then it got auto-tuned. Oh, yeah. What's the next series for you? Brandon's going to tell him. Oh, you said it again. What's the next series? So here we go. Here's our question. Our first question.
Can I answer?
Go for it. But I bet you don't know the sub-name.
Spooky 2, the Supernatural.
No. It is Spooky 2. So it's Spooky 2. They learn to fight back.
Oh, yeah.
So really quick, while I take a drink of water, tell them about last year's of Spooky and what we talked about, unless you just don't remember.
I don't really remember. It was the first series we did when we were here. But it was close to Halloween, so at the end we had a Halloween party. And we did, right? We
did have a Halloween party. So we are going to be, we did last year, it was a 4-week series, and it was all about like the cult and stuff, and it was more from like a perspective of things to avoid. And we put a lot of emphasis on things that could trip you up on your walk that you may not realize could trip you up in your walk. And we talked about some of that stuff and how some things kind of sneak in. We did a whole week on rebellion and talking about how rebellion is like the sin of witchcraft. And so a lot of times you can open yourself up to some issues just by being like rebellious to your parents and whatnot. So we talked about that kind of stuff this year. So last year was about things to avoid. This year it's Spooky 2 because we're doing like it's a movie. So it's like Scary Movie 2. Spooky 2, they learn to fight back, and it's going to be on spiritual warfare. It's going to be a 2-week series, and it's going to week 1 is going to be a lot of teaching where I'm going to teach a bunch of, you can look at that. My cheek's getting so self-conscious. It's going to be a 2-week series where the first week I'm going to be doing a lot of teaching on spiritual warfare, and then the second week I'm going to preach, and then we're going to open up the altars and actually pray for deliverance from God's put it on my heart to really pray over some of you students with like emotional burdens, basically, whether it be anxiety, depression, stuff like that. So it's going to be really good. So you don't want to miss those 2 weeks. And yeah, series. And then in November, we're going to jump into a series on thankfulness, but it's not going to be a traditional thankfulness series. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Another question we have is, when will you be live on Twitch again? Do game. I think she has a typo. She means to play games. Well, definitely no later than Thursday, because I do like a Thursday hangout every week after youth. I mean, maybe tonight, probably not tonight, but maybe. You never know if Brandy's, oh, I'm going to go to bed early, which normally I think I've been doing that lately. Maybe she, or maybe she's like, oh, I'm going to go paint my nails 16 different colors in the bedroom. And I'll be like, well, then I guess I'm going to play games. So I might play tonight, but there's only like a 14% chance of that. Possibly tomorrow we'll be getting home. We have the whole drama. Well, I don't, but everyone else in my family has theater.
Except for Oliver.
Yeah, but Oliver has drama. You guys have theater, or Oliver has drama, and then I have to like follow him around and make sure that drama doesn't spread to anything permanent. So I might play tomorrow night, but definitely on Thursday, because every Thursday we do a live stream hangout where I answer questions about youth and talk about some of the stuff we got into the youth. If you guys ask me questions afterwards. Also, Maddie said, Brady, go to bed so he can live stream on Twitch and play games. Yeah, so Thursdays. Also, speaking of the live streaming though, Monday through Thursday, most mornings, and sometimes it ends up not happening. I get pulled into an impromptu meeting or something happens and we got to work on something. But most often we have the S.O.A.P show at 9:15-ish. So something, 9:14, 9:15, 9:17. The other day, I didn't go to do it until like 11 something because I did get busy that day, but I really wanted to do it. I didn't want to miss it. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. It's 15 to 20 minutes of just going through a S.O.A.P devotion. We do the proverb of the day, and that's a lot of fun. I love it because I get to basically go live relatively early in the morning and just yell really loud into a camera and be like, "Welcome to the S.O.A.P show!" Except I don't normally do it that loud. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, you watched it today, right? Yeah. You commented, right? The other day, your brother watched it and answered a Fortnite question for me, so that was cool. We have other youth students who jump on there depending on the day, if they're in school or not in school, and so they jump on and interact while we go through a S.O.A.P devotion on one of the verses in Proverbs, and sometimes I do a whole, like yesterday, I did a whole chapter. I was like, I'm not going to pick, I'm just going to do the whole chapter. Today, I think we did like 3 or 4 verses. But most of the time it's one verse.
We did the lazy bones.
Yes, lazy bones. It was funny because then we came in. So then after that was the morning show with Mike and Susie. So our stuff was still up. Or no, I was showing Pastor the comments. Like we're talking about the comments and everything. And it was funny because he. I updated that. I was checking something. So I was showing him, and he's like, "Wait, is Lazy Bones the comment, or is that a username?" And I was like, "No, that was the comment. It was like because we're using the Passion translation, and that was actually the verse." And so it's funny because he's like, "Lazy Bones, like what kind of comment is that? Is that a username?" So, oh, it was a new comment. I don't see a comment. It just says. Oh, can we? I don't think we can. Can we pull that up? No, it just says Mohawk Valley Church replying to Maddie Searson. Maddie Searson. Well, you did that as the church instead of as Brandy. That's really annoying. If you ever get added as a admin on a Facebook page, it's just so random. Why, like, most of the time you can reply as yourself, but then every now and then it's like, "Ha, gotcha. You just said that as the church," which actually just happened to Hillsong during the presidential debate. I was reading about how during the presidential debate, one of their employees was texting or tweeting, not texting, I think was tweeting like personal political comments about the debate on the church account, and then the next day the church had to pull him down and be like, "We apologize, one of our employees." So that'd be like me, like watching the presidential debate and being like, "Here's my personal opinion," and then like accidentally posting it as the church, which is
that would be bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like, a nightmare. I hate when it does it. Like, even when it's not even a big deal, I'm like, I don't want to post this as church. I wanted to post that as me. So, a lot of fun. So I think we answered all those questions. So the reason I have Lily on here is...
Embarrass me.
Am I really embarrassing you? Serious? Oh, I wasn't trying to embarrass you. I mean, you want to see what trying to embarrass you is like? I'll try to embarrass you. All right, one time, Lily and Brandy and I'm just kidding. Now everyone's going to be like, yes, tell the story, tell the story. Actually, can I tell one story about you?
What?
About the aquarium in San Francisco.
I don't remember it.
Okay, she was little, so it's not embarrassing. I will tell the story because Pastor Susie told a story about Addie. Well, one of the girls. I don't know which one it is. I assumed it was Addie. One of the girls this morning on the Mike and Susie show. So I got to tell my own aquarium story. So we went to, not the Monterey Bay Aquarium. That's the aquarium we grew up going to. But we went to, what was that, on Pier 39? Yeah, the San Francisco Aquarium on Pier 39. And we were a young couple and we had Lily. And what was she, 3 or 4? She was 3. So she was, but... She had been going through this phase where she was telling everyone that she was 4. So like 6 months away. Yeah, and she was like, it was still like 6 months, so it wasn't even close. So we go up and people are like, oh, you're cute. She's like, and that's why I said that in the beginning. It's like, my name is Lily Anna Matinzi Elwad, and she would tell people, and like, oh, you're cute. How old are you? And she's like, I'm 4. And we're like, no, she's not. She's 3. She's like, oh, no, she's not. She's 3.5. She's not almost 4. She's 3.5. We don't know why she keeps telling everyone she's just decided that she's 4. And so she was doing this for like a while. And then we go to this aquarium and it's like $20 a person. And then it's like kids 3 and under are free. So we go up and we're like, 2 adults and she's 3. So, she's free. And she goes, no, I'm not free. I'm 4. And we're like, and I literally, I knew there was nothing I can do. I just looked at the guy and I said, she's going through this weird phase where she's telling everyone she's 4. And as soon as I said it, I realized this guy 100% thinks I'm lying. He's literally just giving me a free ticket because he's not paid enough to argue with me. And he 100% is like, yeah, what a scumbag. That guy's literally lying about his daughter's age to save some money. But she legit was 3. Oh, yeah, she's also bigger than the average kid. So, like how Oliver, he's like, the size of some 6-year-olds, and he's like almost 5. So she was also tall. And so, yeah, people didn't believe us. Anyways, why did I tell that story? Oh, because you said embarrassing you. The reason I had Lily on here is I wanted her to talk a little bit about next week's episode, specifically about the nacho game. So don't give anything away. We'll give one thing away, I think. Maybe we'll give away one of the things. So basically what the game they're going to be playing next week is they have, it's called Will It Nacho Cheese. And why are you saying it? It's over. You can stop looking at me like that. It's like she's still mad. 2 or 3 weeks ago when we did the blind taste test, she literally told me, she's like, well, I finally have a favorite parent, and it's not you. I'm like, wait, what? And for like a week. For like a week, she would tell her mother that, like, oh, you're my favorite parent now. I don't like Dad anymore. So, yes, so the Will It Nacho Cheese, we basically had a bunch of nacho cheese. And, the normal, responsible thing would have been to save it for our next event. But I'm a youth pastor. So I said, can I have that? And we played a game with it, Rhett and Link style. And what we did is we went and...
their Rhett and Link video.
Yeah, because they have a Will It series. Will It chocolate fondue? Will It nacho cheese? Will It ice cream sundae? They have a Will It series. And the whole idea is you take something and... Maddie said, I'm giving you the same face Lily gave you. And you put it on something that it doesn't belong with, right? And it's like, will it be good, basically? So for example, like a good example would be like, okay, vanilla ice cream and chocolate fudge. Oh, yeah, that's good. It does chocolate fudge. That would be good. But now, if you took SpaghettiOs and you put chocolate fudge over them, it wouldn't chocolate fudge, right? So that's what we did with this.
And what doesn't nacho cheese is vanilla ice cream nacho cheese.
Vanilla ice cream, no, yeah. There's a lot of things that don't go with nacho cheese. There's a lot of things that do go with nacho cheese, but apparently there's also a lot that don't. And apparently it varies very much from person to person because we have some sickos who are on this game this time.
Not me. I'm kind of a wimp.
Not Lily. At one point, she ran away, and we had to bring in a guest judge or a guest person. But some of you in your iron stomachs, I just don't understand. So yeah, tune in for that next week. It's gonna be really good, and we'll be talking about, like I said, our final one on Love Thy Neighbor, and so we'll be talking about that and some countercultural stuff compared to like what culture is saying. And we're going to take a biblical perspective on some of that. And then we will go the next week. Why don't you tell them what series we're going to be starting on Youth Factor?
Fruits of the Spirit.
Fruits of the Spirit. So that's going to be a 13-week series. Just kidding.
It's 9.
It's going to be a 9-week series. I was really tired that day. And I was like, all right, you girls.
You said 13.
Go plan this thing. It's going to be like 13 episodes. And they looked at me and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, go do like the 13 fruits of the Spirit. And they're like, there's 9. And I was like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, we're sure. I'm like, love, joy, peace. Oh, okay. I guess you're right. I don't know why I came up with 13. I think I was probably counting all the variations because like some of them have like multiple names, like long, and it has like 2 other versions. What? Yeah, there's long suffering, but there's another one too that's like a really weird, like old school name.
I'll look it up.
And so forbearance. There we go. Forbearance is one of the fruits of the Spirit, but no one says that anymore. So I think in my head I've added all of those variations up, and I came up with 13.
But that still only adds up to 11.
No, because it was
long suffering and forbearance.
Long suffering, forbearance, and there's one other one. So that's 12, and 12 is close to 13. We'll just say it was a baker's dozen. So, yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then one thing I want to say is keep an eye on our Geek Church channel stuff. We have a lot of stuff out there. We're kind of doing, after Youth Factor, some highlights of stuff throughout the week. But we put a lot of content out between the gaming, and I'm putting out some version of like a devotion or Bible study or something like 3 or 4 times a week. We have Wordy, which is a scripture show. And we're actually going back to the roots of Wordy as it's a random scripture show. We got a bunch of stuff, so if you have a gamer or if you have a hard time understanding like Bible stuff, but you're into gaming or comic books, Geek Church is a great place for you for that. So with that, what do you want to tell them about why they should tune in next week, or tell them about Draw Media and why they should join Media. Tell them about Media, because there were 7 of us there last night working on stuff, and we're getting to the point where we're starting to break into smaller teams. So it's not just like everyone's working on the same thing. We have a Youth Factor team who goes and shoots Youth Factor. We have a Geek Church team who goes and edits Geek Church videos and streams and stuff throughout the week. And then we're kind of also developing a setup team who will be like setting stuff up for the weekend service and whatnot. Like Jonathan was editing the Decades video, and then we're going to start like setting up cameras and getting the Pro Presenter and all that kind of stuff ready for Sunday. So we have multiple teams starting to form. So if you want to join, it would be good. And then Lily's going to say more about that because I told her to. She has to. Do it right now. Talk. Come on, tell them. Tell them right now. What's wrong with you? They want to know why they should join the media team. Tell them. Go on. It's hard to find good help, guys. Join the media team so I can get some good help, because she's just sitting here. She won't even tell you. Tell them. Oh my goodness. Grandma does have the nickname Sister Goals. So tell them why I take another drink of water of my giant, massive half-gallon container of water.
We have.
I made drinking sound effects and pretended like I was drinking.
I'm right here.
Okay, go ahead.
We have. You're not gonna talk?
No.
Good. Okay.
Neither are you, man.
We have. We do the youth group. It's an Office not parody, spin-off of the show The Office.
No, parody actually to be accurate. Spin-off is incorrect.
I was saying parody. You kept saying spin-off.
I don't remember that. I probably said that right after telling you there's 13 fruits of the Spirit. I'm gonna make a T-shirt that's gonna be like the 13 fruits of the spirit.
So we have the Office spin-off on parody, and
It actually would be a spin-off.
And we have a lot of fun recording that. And basically, we kind of just come and we have our topic and we do stuff off of the topic, but we also mainly, it's just a point where it's mainly just us recording weird random clips because that's what
that tie into that week's theme and message. Not like completely random.
No.
Random in the style of The Office is what she's trying to say.
And like we have one of Maddie hanging off of a building asking for a ball so she can get
that was
okay,
you're right. That was random and had nothing to do with the topic of knowing yourself. But yes, so it's very much The Office style. And you have another series that'll be coming out, which is a spin-off of Friends.
Yeah.
What's that one called?
It's called Students.
Students. And was there a third one?
I think about doing one like criminal. It's called Christian Minds.
Right.
Into
it was apologetics.
A different religion every time.
Yeah.
Explain why it's not true and what else is true.
Exactly. So what is your favorite show? So what they're doing is each, I give them a theme and I'll say, hey, this month or this next series, we're going to be learning about, so like I said, the fruits of the spirit. So they're already started working on the love episode and they're coming up with these and they have like these kind of parodies of these shows that they're using to, as their style, their narrative style to teach these lessons and give little illustrations for the message part. So your favorite show that you think, here's the caveat, they should use, because obviously if you're like, my favorite show is Game of Thrones, then that's not going to happen. But actually, Game of Hymns. Like hymn books. So it's like, ooh, we might do it. I'm just kidding. But what is your favorite show that you think they should adapt the style of to do their lessons?
That would be cool.
That's just talking really fast, and I already do that on the soap show.
No, they make jokes. And yeah,
I make jokes. I am the Gilmore Girls.
No,
I am all the Gilmore.
That's more funny than you.
Where have all the Anvils gone? I think I actually named an episode that, didn't I?
No. You were going.
Oh, I was going to make a Facebook show called Where Have All the Anvils Gone? Not good. I come up with some stuff. So, all right. So give them some inspiration on what you think they should be doing as far as their shows. I actually am digging this whole Game of Hymns thing where it's like all these different clans of like, it could be like the different types of either denominations, or we'll probably keep it in the church, the different types of youth kids. So you have the kids who are like all into worship, right? That's like one clan. And then like the kids who are like all into like small groups and they just want to break off in devotions is like another clan. And we can have like, and that's really all I know of Game of Thrones is there's like these different clans and they fight over a throne. And we could make a throne out of hymn books.
But we are very limited on our staff, and that's why you need to join. We only have 3 people, and occasionally Teddy, if Jordan's not there. So we need people.
You want a bigger staff. That's what you're saying. A cast to be in it. Cool. All right, so I think that's going to be it for this episode. Like I said, keep track of our pages. Twitch, we are G_C_gaming 1138 for all of our gaming stuff, and our I do a lot of devotionals and stuff on there as well. Youth Factor, both Facebook and YouTube. Geek Church on YouTube. We have a lot of content we put out, like a lot of content that we put out for the youth group. So we probably put out almost as much content just for the youth as the entire network does. We're like our own mini network for you guys, for the youth. So yeah. Lily, would you mind closing us in prayer? Wait, did I miss anything that I said I was going to do today? Did we miss anything? No? Yep, we announced the breakfast at the end of the month. It'll be coming soon. Okay, all right, Lily, go ahead and close us in prayer.
God, I pray that everybody watching has a good rest of their day, and that they have a good week, and that we continue to make good content, and that people will join our staff. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I feel like I had something witty to say, and I lost it while you're praying. My brain reset. Anyways, yeah. So come back next week where you can see all the youth group, the next episode of the youth group on loving your neighbor, and you will be able to watch um, 4 of our students and a leader trying out different things on Will It Nacho. One of them, as Lily was saying,
There's
is
5 of us.
yes, 4 plus 1 is 5.
No, not Ken John.
Oh, that's right. 5 students plus a leader trying out nacho cheese on inappropriately matched foods, and one of them was, of course, was vanilla ice cream, like Lily was saying. So we said we'd give one away. One was vanilla ice cream, and one of the comments was, you're like, don't give away the content. There's so much more than this to see next week, guys. But the best line about the ice cream and it was the cold vanilla and then the warm spicy cheese going together, and then the hot cheese melted the vanilla and they mixed together. Wasn't good. All right, guys, we will see you next week.